Hi, I'm Karen Moore from Tyler Perry's The Oval on BET, and with me is dietitian Kim Rose.
Hey everyone.
We are thrilled to have you join us today as we discuss the connection between what you eat, how you feel, and how it can not only impact you, but your entire family.
We're going to share some practical real-life solutions for healthier living through balanced nutrition and our cooking demonstration courtesy of our friends at UnitedHealthcare.
UnitedHealthcare understands that being your family's chief medical officer takes a lot, and it's a pretty big deal.
You're right, it's a huge deal because you're doing a lot, and that's why we want to share tips for healthy eating with delicious recipes to keep you and the whole family healthy.
So Kim, why is it important to prioritize healthy eating?
I'm glad that you asked that question because that's a question I get asked a lot. Well, nearly half of African American adults have some form of cardiovascular disease, which includes heart disease and stroke. But listen to this, Black men and women are about 10 to 12% more likely to suffer from hypertension compared to white men and women.
Well, we all know healthy eating is an important part of our health and wellness, but often it feels like one of the hardest parts to manage. But making small changes in your diet can impact your overall health in the long term.
Yeah, and maybe you work long hours and feel like you don't have enough time to cook. Or maybe people don't know how to cook. Maybe it feels too expensive to eat healthy, or after a long day when you're on your feet, you crave something a little more greasy and fatty and salty instead.
We want to start by reminding everyone that by taking care of yourself, you're also taking care of your family. Kim, what are some common misconceptions about healthy eating? What have you heard?
There's a few misconceptions, but I'm only going to share two. The first one is that a lot of people think healthy eating and also meal preparation takes a lot of time, which it doesn't. And number two, that healthy eating doesn't have any flavor and it tastes like cardboard and sadness, as I like to say. Many people don't realize that they can create quick and convenient recipes utilizing sodium-free herbs that taste great and takes 30 minutes or less.
And that's what we're here to do. We're going to create a quick dish using a recipe that is lower in saturated fat and sodium and full of nutrients and flavor to help you manage your blood pressure and diabetes. What are we making today?
Well, today we're going to make blackened salmon, yellow grits, and my favorite, succotash.
Okay, well, I can't wait to get started. But first, could you please explain why this recipe in general is good for our health? I mean, especially for those managing conditions like hypertension and diabetes.
Absolutely. First off, fish is a good source of protein and it also contains vitamins and minerals. But fatty fish like salmon contain omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s and other nutrients in fish are good for your overall heart health. Try eating fish at least 2 times per week as part of a healthy diet. Next, we have grits that are low in fat and cholesterol, making them a heart-healthy food choice. Today, we have yellow grits, and yellow grits contain fiber, and fiber is our friend. And finally, our succotash is full of vegetables. So I want you to think lima beans, onion, corn, tomatoes, pepper. Some folks use okra, and that's okay. The more vegetables, the merrier. But the great thing about succotash is that it's low in sodium and it's packed in nutrients.
Well, this sounds like a perfect option for those folks looking to eat meals that are not only delicious and simple, but can also assist in lowering cholesterol and helping to address cardiovascular issues and/or diabetes. So let's get started. So here's what you need. Individual salmon fillets, of course, our blackening spices, and a little olive oil and lemon.
So here's what you want to do. The first thing is you want to preheat your oven. Next, all the seasonings that you just mentioned, you want to combine them to create your blackening seasoning in a small bowl. After that, you want to take your salmon and pat it dry using a paper towel. Place 1 tablespoon olive oil on a baking sheet. Put the salmon skin side down on the baking dish. Top each fillet with the rub mixture. After that, you want to make sure you cook it in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. You want to turn on the broiler for about 2 to 3 minutes so that it can develop a nice crust on the top.
While that's sizzling in the oven, let's get to the grits and succotash.
So you want to start by bringing about 1 cup of water to a boil. Then you want to add in about 1/4 cup of your grits. Then you want to reduce the heat to low and then cover it to allow the grits to finish cooking. And that takes about 15 minutes. Make sure that you stir it occasionally so that it doesn't stick, it doesn't get too clumpy. Now, instead of adding all of the artery clogging butter and artery clogging cheese and creams to the grits,
The good stuff.
there are some terrific and delicious, healthier options that will delight your taste buds. Just a little pinch of sea salt and black pepper. You can try using dry parsley or even Italian dry seasonings. So now let's move on to our succotash recipe. First, grab your skillet. And then you want to put a little oil in your skillet and heat that over medium heat. Then after that, I want you to add your onions and make sure that you cook them, stirring them occasionally until they're softened and translucent. After that, add your garlic and stir it for about an additional minute. Stir in your corn, your lima beans, your tomatoes, and make sure that you stir that in for about several minutes until the vegetables are nice and tender and they soak up all of that flavor.
Okay, Kim, I have another question. Can you provide some simple guidelines for our viewers at home to start incorporating healthier eating habits into their daily routines?
Absolutely. So I want you to eat in this order. First, eat your fiber. Then eat your protein and save your carbs for last. The reason why I say that is because research suggests that eating in this order may improve your overall diet quality. And this ensures that you're making room for vitamins and minerals and antioxidants that can provide these health benefits. A diet high in antioxidants can help reduce the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and other health issues.
At last, we have our heart-healthy dish ready to be served. For many of us, food is a way of expressing love and care for our family, with recipes and techniques passed down from generation to generation. Food is the center of our gatherings.
Food and cooking not only unites us as family, but it also helps us stay energized and healthy.
We want to thank UnitedHealthcare for being there for what matters and helping us find new ways to lean into healthy habits. To learn more about ways to manage your health, visit uhc.com/yourhealth. Remember, cook well, live well.